Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is Force here with some more Friday Night Magic. Today I'm going to be playing a blue, green, and white deck by the name of the Fog, posted up on No Goblins Allowed by Two Bestest. This is a stall and control deck, winning with late game cards like the Butcher of Truth, and using a lot of Fog. Oh, we're going to keep this hand, holy moly. Let's start off with the Celestina Guildgate, and yeah, it's a tricolor deck. We're using the Fog as well as Safe Passage as a mean of stalling the early game. We also have cards like Wall of Omens that allow us to stall the early game by just having a wall to prevent creatures from attacking us. A bunch of card draw, some counter magic, and then winning with cards like Sphinx Bone Wand as well as the Butcher of Truth. This thing is just, I mean, this card is just absolutely ridiculous by itself, but we also have the opportunity to get a win condition with the Sphinx Bone Wand by casting spells, having it stack up counters, and then dealing progressively more damage as the game goes on. So likely expect these matches to be relatively long because that's what this particular deck is designed around, really. I'm going to go ahead and drop down a Wall of Omens, so it's an 0/4 wall. We get to draw a card. And we drew into, alright, just wanted to see what I drew before we plopped down the guild gate, and we might as well attack. It is not often that with this deck I am the aggressor, but it appears like we can do that here. Ooh, look at this fleeting distraction. Target creature gets -1, -0 until end of turn, draw a card. Okay, so he just did that, so he took no damage for the turn. And I got the card draw as well. And okay, I was gonna say maybe he's land screwed, but no, he is not. And we've got the inspiration, so what will likely happen, or we could go with the think twice. We'll maybe just do the think twice because I don't want to overdraw. We'll see. I'll wait to see what he decides to do. We're going to swing for one, see if this one goes through. To Catsty McNacksty. Alright, so if I inspiration, that'll put me to 5, 6, 7, 8, and then I'll draw a card which will be at 9. I don't really want to do that, so I think I'm probably just going to think twice because I don't want to overdraw or anything. Plays down an Archaeomancer, which is going to allow him to get the Fleeting Distraction back. That's kind of surprising that he would Archaeomancer or Fleeting Distraction, just because Fleeting Distraction isn't that good. Okay, so if I do this, I go down to 5, and then I go up to 8, and then I draw into 9. I play a land that brings me down to 8. Unless I played a card next turn, then it wouldn't be good. So I'm just going to think twice myself, and I'll save that for later on. Ooh, the Sphinx Bone Wand. We really want to get that in play at some point. Not much doing here. We're going to pass the turn. We won't be attacking this time because with this Archaeomancer in play, he can block and kill our Elvish Visionary. So we'll just be passing over to him, and I basically want to wait for him to tap out so I can play the Sphinx Bone Wand and then start stacking my damage, essentially. So whenever I cast an instant or sorcery, it gets a counter, and then for each counter on it, when it's activated, we get to have it deal damage to, I can't do anything about that. We get to have it deal damage, so let me think here. And I think we're going to go ahead and flashback the think twice, which will exile it, and we get to draw another card. We drew a second Sphinx Bone Wand, so I really need that Bone Wand in play ASAP, which can be next turn. So basically what I'm hoping happens here is I'm hoping he taps out and that I'm able to play the Sphinx Bone Wand unhindered, because I'm going to need the wand to kill off his creature. This Talran Sky Summoner needs to die. He's gonna, every time he plays an instant or sorcery, he's going to get a 2/2 flying in play. With that in his deck, I assume that he's got a lot of... Oh, okay. Beginning of your upkeep, return target creature you control to its owner's hand. Okay, so he's got some bounce stuff in here too. Interesting. I don't want inspiration for the reasons I didn't in the past, because it would cause me to overdraw. But we will go ahead and throw down the Sphinx Bone Wand right now. So he's got some sort of a loop combo between Archaeomancer as well as the Species Gorger. And hopefully we can mess that up with our Bone Wand. Because basically, now that he has the Archaeomancer back in his hand, so long as this stays in play, he can keep bouncing it back. Alright, I'm going to sacrifice my 1/1 and block his 2/2 with that. So we take no damage for the turn. And he plays... You may have it, copy a creature you control, return this... Okay, and then... Okay, so he's going to probably copy his Talrand Sky Summoner. Yikes. Oh, he copies the Species Gorger. That's an interesting decision. Alright, so we do have a counterspell, as well as Inspiration and Fog. So we might have to counterspell. He's going to have to bounce back 2 cards here. Bounces back his own Species Gorger. Bounces back... Oh, he bounced back his Sky Summoner because he didn't want to have it killed by the Bone Wand. That's exactly what he did. He didn't want it to die to the Bone Wand, so he just bounced it back. Plays a Sky Summoner. We are going to counterspell that. And we're going to have this damage go to the player. Yes. That sounds good to me. Maybe I should play a second Bone Wand. That could be really good. What do I want to do here? I think I'm just gonna take the 6 for now. I don't want to block, and I want to save my Fog for having the second Bone Wand in play. He's going to give this -1, -0, and draw a card. So he's doing that specifically to draw a card. Looks like he was digging for a land. Now he's forced to discard because he's over 8. That gets rid of a Palaka Worm. Alright, so... We're going to do a second Sphinx Bone Wand. And then pass the turn. This is... Him being tapped out is perfect. Because now with 2 Sphinx Bone Wands in play, that's going to start to get ridiculous very fast. He's going to have to bounce back his Species Gorger copy. And, this is going to get awesome for us pretty quickly with 2 Sphinx Bone Wands in play. Gatekeepers comes into play. He gains 7 life if he has 2 gates, which he does. Void Snare. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Okay, that's fine. I can just replay it. He's tapped out again, so... There's no way he's got a counterspell that costs 1 blue, so I'm going to be able to play the Bone Wand again. It does set me back a turn, but... Me having 2 Bone Wands in play to trigger off of these spells is way too valuable. It's just going to be so amazing. He's going to play another Vapor Snag. He's going to do it on my wall. Alright. So now he can push damage through and I can't block. I do have the Fog though. But I don't want to use it for 2 damage. If he plays something crazy with haste, sure. He's going to Archaeomancer. He's going to get back his Void Snare. That's pretty much what I expected. Plays a Void Snare. Bounces back a Bone Wand. Swings for 2. You know what? He's going to be able to keep doing that. Between his Gorger and everything. So I think I probably just need to draw with his Gorger, and he's going to be able to keep doing that bounce back. I'm going to hold off on the second Bone Wand for now. Yikes. Yeah. What do we get rid of? Let's get rid of 1 safe passage. Palaka Worm comes into play. There's really nothing I can do about that. I'm gonna block that. Before the end of his turn, I'm gonna play Inspiration. I'm gonna be overdrawing here, but I need, I want a planar cleansing, to be honest with you. Alright. Let's see. So this will still let us play a counterspell as well as a fog. Okay. I think this is good. This is going to let us play a counterspell as well as a fog. I'm going to counterspell a Species Gorger. He's going to try to Void Snare. In response to him doing this, I'm going to play a fog for the turn to prevent any damage that he would do this turn. I'm going to kill his Archaeomancer. It should get the second counter and then... Okay, good. So it's going to bounce back to my hand, but I kill his Archaeomancer in the process. Plus, I prevent any potential combat damage for the turn. That's perfect. I'm happy with that. Okay, perfect. Let's see. We're at 7. Yeah, I'm going to Inspiration. Okay. Let's go with another. Okay, so he does have counters. Let's see. Alright, that just resolves. Alright, what we really need right now is our Resolute Archangel. I mean, I still have some time to buy. I'm gonna get rid of one of those. I still have some time to buy with the safe passages, but Resolute Archangel is desperately in need. That or Planar Cleansing. So I am just going to safe passage right now. I could just let 7 go through. Yeah, I don't think he probably doesn't have direct damage. So let's block this and actually we'll let it go through for the turn. It's gonna put us at 3. Gets to copy a creature. He's gonna copy Palaka Worm. Yeah. We're gonna think twice, draw a card. There's the angel. So, I think we play the Resolute Archangel. It's gonna bring us up to 20. And we can use the safe passages to stall a little bit longer. This has been a crazy game here. We can use the safe passages to stall a little bit longer. I kind of want to just hold off on playing things and I kind of want to hold off on playing things and then Planar Cleansing, to be honest, but I don't know if I'm going to have that opportunity. Safe passage. Prevent all damage for the turn. He's going to Archaeomancer, fishing back. Let's see what he gets. Dissolve. So now he's got another counterspell. So he will try to counterspell my safe passage, which I can then in return counterspell. So I'm gonna need 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. So that means I've got 3 mana to play with. 3 spare mana. Why don't I play a Wall of Omens? Ooh, there's the Planner Cleansing. Okay. This is good. This is real good. Oh, he tapped out? Whenever land enters the battlefield, you may gain control of target creature for as long as you control Royal Elemental. He tapped out, though. This means I can safe passage for free. It also means I can Planner Cleansing for free. He's going to gain control of one of my creatures, but that's fine. Yeah, I can safe passage for free now, so that's quite fine with me. So he's going to take that, alright. Swings with all that. Just to be safe if anything goes awry here. I'm going to double block, but then we're going to go safe passage. And since he tapped himself out to play that Royal Elemental, oh, I think that was a big mistake on his part. We're going to play an Inspiration on ourselves. Okay. And this is the turn for Planner Cleansing. Blow up the board. Alright, we have our Think Twice that we can fetch from our graveyard. We also have Thassa's Bounty, but I want to save to counterspell if need be, so we're not going to do the bounty. Yeah, we're not going to do the bounty. Plus, that would have me overdrawing. He's going to play a Talrand Sky Summoner. And before the end of his turn, we will flash back our Think Twice to draw a card. He's really going to counter that? Alright. Oh, because he gets a thing in play. That makes sense. But now we can play the Butcher of Truth for free. Now, he may very well have a follow-up counter for it, but we can't not try. The only bummer here is that we overdraw pretty hard. And we're going to have to discard stuff. I'd rather get rid of a Visionary than play it. And have to get rid of, potentially if we draw something better, 2 things or whatever, you know what I mean? Get rid of 1 Fog. Gonna play a Visionary. I think he's hoping to draw his bounce for our Butcher of Truth. Which I'm really bummed right now that we don't have the mana to counter, but Fleeting Distraction. He's digging for a bounce for that Butcher of Truth. I mean, he also gets little tokens out of this, but that's not really what he's going for. He's like, I need to get rid of that thing. Still not it. Oh man, if this goes through and I swing at him with this, he's in trouble. Annihilator 4, it's gonna start chunking away at his lands. It's fine, I'll take damage here. And I was gonna think twice before the end of his turn, but I'm gonna wait to do that till after we've got a Bone Wand in play. Play the Sphinx Bone Wand. Let's go ahead and attack him for Annihilator 12. Or no, Annihilator 4. Attack him with a 12/12. So Annihilator 4 means when this swings, the opponent has to sacrifice 4 permanents. So every time I attack him, he's going to have to sacrifice 4 permanents. He obviously, as you saw, didn't want to sacrifice his lands. He got rid of his tokens and some things. Now, whatever he wanted to save his lands for, I've got a counterspell for right now. So we might see him scoop after this turn. This has been such a long game. This is absolutely crazy. All right, he's going to gain some life. I'm fine with that. Gain as much life as you want, dude. Gain as much life as you want. I think I've done it. I think I have this game. I think he's in a lot of trouble. Alright, before the end of his turn, I am going to Inspiration. I'll deal damage to him. And then I'm... Oh, no. I wanted to think twice as well. What the hell? Alright, so before anything else, let's attack him with our 12-12. Annihilator 4 triggers, so he's going to have to sacrifice 4 permanents. I think he's hoping to deck me, but... I'm pretty sure I'll be able to kill him before that happens. Especially with Annihilator going here. And then we're going to Time Warp ourselves. So we get to take an extra turn. I'm going to deal Sphinx Bone Wand damage to him. He's going to try to dissolve. I am going to Traumatic Visions his dissolve. So that's going to get another counter on Bone Wand. And additional follow-up damage. So that should be 2 and then 3. And he's been replaced by AI. Pretty much as I expected. Oh my gosh. Yes, indeed, my friends. Yes, indeed. That's hilarious. Alright, let's go ahead and think twice. We're going to deal the damage to him from Sphinx Bone Wand. Yes. This is absurd. I can't believe this was such a long game. The fact that we ended up winning this, to me, is crazy. This is just absolutely crazy. All right, I'm going to... actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a Fog right now. I'm going to deal this Sphinx damage to the creature. I'm going to ping that off for next turn. Because I want to be able to hit him for 12 in the face. And then we will go ahead and move on to our next turn, because we just Time Warped, so... We get a follow-up turn here. This is great. Let's go ahead and flash back this thing twice. Deal the damage to him. Sphinx Bone Wand counters just keep getting bigger and bigger. There's a Planar Cleansing. We obviously don't want to play that. Move into attack phase. We swing for 12, Annihilator 4 triggers, so the opponent goes down to 1 land remaining. And then at this point, it's safe to say that we've won the game. We're going to Thassa's Bounty. Sphinx Bone Wand, deal the damage to our opponent. Yes. And actually, we win this turn. We don't even need to give him a turn. Then we're going to play just a regular old Fog. Deal the damage to the opponent. And it was a long-fought game. But that is the win. Thanks, guys, so much for watching this episode of Friday Night Magic. I'll see you next week. Keep watching and keep owning.